and go and tweet and social media and all the rest of it about it, and then we can really launch the campaign Purple for Polio here today. There will be an official Polio Day, I believe, in October, and we will be doing something again around that. So I just want to finish by saying it's been 15 years since Europe was declared polio free, and so I'm now going to hand over to the District Governor for North Scotland, Dr. Roddy Duncan, who's going to give us more information, not just on what Rotary are doing with their campaign for Purple for Polio, but more importantly, how, very shortly, we're going to be able to have a polio-free world. So, thank you very much again.
Well, Mr. Burnett, members of the Scottish Parliament, first of all, huge thank you from myself on behalf of the Rotarians in Scotland. We have 3 districts in Scotland. If I don't mention them, the other district governors will be very jealous. We have District 1020, which is the East of Scotland area, and Olive is our district governor there. In the west, Bill Campbell in District 1230, and it's called North Scotland. I call it half of Scotland. We go from Fife, north to Shetland, across to the Western Isles, down to Stirling and back across. And Bill will not forgive me if I don't mention the fact, although we're 1010, we were originally District number 1. And to do things locally which support people in communities worldwide. Our biggest international programme for Rotary International is Purple for Polio, in Polio Now. And this has been a phenomenal exercise since 1984. The reality is phenomenal. When the programme began, there were 350,000 cases annually worldwide, and polio was endemic in 125 countries. We have worked with the World Health Organization, UNICEF, national governments, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The reality in 2016 was that there were 37 cases. Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Nigeria. And to date, this year, we're polio free. But this is a disease that can come back. And to remind us of that, I want to read a newspaper article from one of the Angus newspapers. The front of it's interesting. It says, "The Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh at Meagle." What's it got to do with end polio now? Absolutely nothing. But my late father-in-law's first promotion in the railways, he was station master at Ayliffe Junction. And he kept cuttings of everything. And this was simply a cutting of the Queen and the Duke coming off the train to go and visit a cousin. And just before I became District Governor, Charlotte was looking through a folder of press cuttings. And this was it. On the back of it is gold dust. And it simply says this, and I'll abbreviate it. "In spite of the number and the rise in the number of polio cases in the northeast of Scotland, medical authorities are more confident that the peak of the trouble has passed. 4 new cases have occurred since last weekend in the 3 counties most affected: Banffshire, Aberdeenshire and Kincardineshire. The total is now 34, just 3 less than there were internationally last year. The 1 new case is in Banffshire. The Banffshire schools will reopen tomorrow, others on Thursday. Banff Academy will not reopen until further notice. That was only written in 1955. So this is a disease which we have tried to eradicate and are having a huge amount of success. But once we are polio free for a year, we have to continue to immunise for another 3. And that's really important, otherwise we cannot say the world is polio free. And that's where our purple comes in. Because when young children are immunised, their finger is dipped in purple dye so that we know they have been immunised. So hence, Purple for Polio and the number of Rotarians in this room who are in polio colours. But the reality is astonishing. Rotary, with these other organisations, we haven't done it alone obviously, we have helped to immunise 2.5 billion children. I can't get my head around that number of 2.5 billion in 125 countries. And working with Bill and Melinda Gates, that foundation has given $355 million. And the reality is, for every pound we give to end polio now, it becomes £3. So, for example, you'll see a quilt on the left-hand side there, which has been created by one of our Rotarians. I won't mention the fact that she's my wife, because you'll think I'm biased. We've printed a raffle. We're going to try to sell 10,000 raffle tickets. If we sell them all at £1 a ticket, with the Bill and Melinda Gates money, that will become £30,000. That's the difference we can make by making an effort. We've got Purple Ice Cream. It's already making money, and I think to date they've actually paid for 1,400 immunisations.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And this is just the beginning of that particular initiative. And we're moving into, believe it or not, jam. Tiptree jam. I'm giving every Rotarian a jar of jam and asking them to go and make some money. Absolutely fabulous. And typhoon tea. So the reality is, to every, I have to say, every MSP in every constituent, or perhaps in Parliament, is what can you do to help? You can certainly do a lot to help by supporting your local Rotary clubs, because we exist as a voluntary organisation in your community, but we actually do need to finish the job. And that links to the other main event in a Rotarian's life. Our charity is called Foundation. It's the most dreadful name you could ever think of for a charity. But we're one of the top 10 charities in the world. More than 90% of the money that we raise gets to the end user. We don't spend vast sums of money on administration. The money gets to the end user. And the money we give as Rotarians also comes back to our own districts. So that the money District 1230, 1020 and 1010 raise, half of it comes back in 3 years' time. And we fund grants which are used locally and also used internationally. And basically, we make a difference. And I just want to finish with 2 short stories which have stuck with me for some considerable time since I heard them. And the first one, I was in a Rotary club, and the president announced, remember your donations for next week. Now in my club that simply means remember a bottle of wine or a raffle prize or whatever. And he said, remember to bring 2 pairs of women's pants next week. Now that's a surprise. Until I found out why. They discovered that in parts of Africa, some women have given birth, have medical problems. And they are ostracised and not included in their own communities. By giving them pants to wear, they're allowed back into their community. Can you think of any greater gift to somebody than to give them back their dignity and allow them into their community? And when I was telling that story, a consultant urologist who's retired, who worked in Uganda, came up and said, Roddy, there's another end to that story. When he was in Uganda, they managed to get young girls back into school. Get them into school, sit the national examinations, they have the possibility of a future. But some girls were missing on examination days. And they discovered that was the time of their menstrual cycle. Give them pants to wear, they come to school, they sit their exams, and they have a chance of a future. And that's what Rotarians do to make a difference. And my last story is from my own club. When I was a club president, one of our members who looks after a foundation said to the members, 25,000 children will die every year from diarrhea. Now let's not go there, because we've all been there, and our children have, and our grandchildren perhaps. I have 2 grandchildren. If my daughter phones up to say James, who's 6, has diarrhea, I don't expect James to die. Rotarians, using foundation money, provide clean water and sanitation, and it helps to stop some children dying. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we do. So, thank you for listening, As I say, we're in your constituencies. If we can help you in any way to support your communities, please come, speak to us and ask us. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.